Hi guys, we're going to work on example 3 on page 531. Alright, the example 3 is about the scalar multiples of A, so please look at in the middle of this page 531. When we work with matrices, real numbers are scalars. The product of the real number K and the n by n matrix A is the n by n matrix, which is a K times A. So at this time, your K is a regular number, which we call a real number. And then if you multiply with the given matrix, we can call it as a scalar multiples of A. As you guys see that the example 3 is complicated, I'm going to use 11, which on page 540, C instead of doing it. So please look at your book to page 540, number 11, C. So my question is this, 3 times A. Alright, so I can call it as my 3, it's scalar. Scalar. And this A is our given question, right? So I'm going to multiply 3 and A, which means I'm going to multiply 3 onto all the elements of my A. What is my A? 3 times 2. 3 times 3. 3 times -1. And 3 times 5. That's what we need to do. So you can either put the dot or you can put parentheses. It's up to you. So 3 times 2, which is 6. 3 times 3, which is 9. 3 times -1, -3. 3 times 5, 15. That's the answer. Okay? Alright, so I want you guys practice 11. We're going to use B this time. So I know that example 3, we're going to assign number 13. So let's go to number 13. I want you guys to number 13, C this time. You need to pause your video and you are going to, complete number 13, C, and you can check your answer after that. Okay? Alright, so page 540, number 13, C. So my question A is -3, 1, 0, -1, 2, 1. And then my question C is what? 3 times A. So I'm going to multiply 3 onto everything. So 3 times -3. 1 times 3, 0 times 3, -1 times 3, 2 times 3, 1 times 3. Maybe I can just have a same order. You can put -3 first and times 3. Okay? The order doesn't really matter anyway. Your answer is going to be the same. Now what? -3 times 3, that become -9. 1 times 9, 3. 0 times 3, still 0. -1 times 3, -3. 2 times 3, 6. 1 times 3, 3. Okay? Alright, so let's go back to the example 4. So before we start example 4, please look at the page 532. I'm going to talk about zero matrix and then additive identity and additive inverse of A. So matrices inherit many properties possessed by the real numbers. So let A is Aij be any n by n matrix. The n by n matrix O consisting entirely of zeros. This is called a zero matrix. Zero matrix is gonna be just 0. Okay? So A plus 0 equal A. That's what we did already. Like 2 plus 0 will be 2. Samely, A plus 0 matrix, it will be just A. So we can call it as 0, which is a 0 matrix, B additive identity. Additive identity. Okay, there will be 0 matrix. And then at this time, we are having A plus B, A matrix and B matrix, it will be 0 matrix. Then I can call it my B as what? Additive inverse of A. This time your B would be same as negative Aij, since my A is what? Positive Aij. That's how we set up for this part. So it's same as this. If you have a 2 plus one number becomes 0, 2 plus negative 2 becomes 0. At this time, negative 2, we can call it as additive inverse of 2, right? So as you guys see that the matrix, they have a similar properties. It's literally same properties of the real numbers operation. All right, now this is different. So we are going to working on the matrix multiplication. The product of A, B, which is a matrix of A and B, that's totally different what we've been working so far. So I need you guys to pay attention on in here. So please look at the page 532 definition of matrix multiplication. So let my A equal Aij. And then that is a M by R matrix. And my B, which we call a Bij, that is R by N matrix. And then my product of A and B, product of AB matrix, it's gonna be coming out as a Cij with M by N. Okay, so here is the key. When we are working on this, you always checking on the number of columns of A needs to match with number of rows of my second. As long as when you're having the same number of those two, then you can find out your product of A and B. It always coming out like M by N. My first one, M, goes to here. And my second number, N, goes by here. So when you have a given question of product AB, which is a product of two matrices, you have to check that their order of matrix. So sometimes your given question does not match on that, forget it, you cannot really do anything. But when you check it on it that they have a same number of columns and number of rows, then I can get my answer by M by N this time. Okay, so I know that that's the explanation of multiplication. Cij is gonna be written like that, which is AI1 times Bij plus AI2 B2J. I know that sounds really confusing, isn't it? AIRBRJ. So it is gonna be combination of this so that you can get your answer. But as you guys see, those expression is really complicated. So I'm going to use an example to show you how to work on this. Okay. So you guys may look at the page 532 all the way bottom. So I'm going to use this one. So my A is 1, 2, 3. And my B is 4, 5, 6. So my question is, can you get AB, which is a product AB, Okay, so what do we need to do first? First step, we have to check the order of matrix. So, what is the order of matrix of A? A, how many rows do we have? 1 row. How many columns do we have? 1, 2, 3 numbers, so 1 by 3, that's A. What about B? I have 3 rows, but how many columns do I have? Only 1 of them. As I explained before, you have to check it, the number of columns, number of rows on the second one. Oh, they are same. So, what is going to be my answer then? This first number goes to here, and this second number goes to here. So my answer should be coming out as a 1 by 1, which is just single answer. I'm going to show you how to. So now I have 1, 2, 3, and I have 4, 5, and 6. So if I just illustrate this as line, I have only 1 row. And now in here I have 1 column, right? So if you guys just write down 1 column on here, how many intersections do I have? Only 1 intersection. That's why I can see that my answer coming out as a 1 by 1. Then you may curious that how we get this. I'm going to show you how to. So when we are going to work on the product of 2 matrices, we always multiply with the first number of first row, which is this number, 1. And it's going to be multiplied with this number, the first of the second one. Okay? That's the meaning of this. They have AI1 times BIJ. AI1, which is the first number of first row and first column number. That's 1. And then BIJ, second first row and first column. That's 4. Samely, I have 2. Then what number should I multiply with? Which is second. That is my second expression, AI2 times B2J. So if you plug in 2 there, A22 times B22, which is 2 and 5 accordingly. My last one, AIR, which is A33, that will be this number. And then I have B33, which is this number. So if you multiply that up, it will be coming out like this, which is 1 times 4 plus 2 times 5 plus 3 times 6, which is 4 plus 10 plus 18. If you add them up, what did you get? Which is 32. That is going to be my answer, 32. Okay, so we are going to practice. Because this is a matrix, you have to put the, bracket. So, I know that is not easy. We need to practice, right? So I'm going to show you example 4 together. And I'm going to assign the question for you to the exercise number 19. Okay, so I'm going to show you example 4 now. Example 4, find the product A, B if possible, where A equal 2, 1, negative 3, 0, 1, 2, and B 1, negative 4, 0, 2, 1, 0. So before we start, we have to check that they are eligible for multiplication of 2 matrix by the order of matrix. So my first one, A, what is it? How many rows do we have? 2. How many columns do we have? 3. B, how many rows do we have? 3. How many columns do we have? Two of them. Okay, so 3 and 3, they are the same. So my answer should be coming out my first and last number, 2 by 2. So illustration of A and B. A, I have 2 rows, right? So 2 rows. And how many columns do I have on B? I got 2 columns. So how many intersections you have? 1, 2, 3, 4. You got a 2 by 2 matrix is gonna be coming out. So when we practice this, we always working with the first matrix with rows. So I'm going to work with the first row with what? First column. You have to multiply them together. And then you are going to have first row and the second column is going to be coming out the secondly. So we always starting with the first one's row, and then you're going to multiply with the first column and the second column so that I can get my C11 and then C12. Okay, so I'm going to show you right here. A times B. So I know that my product of AB, let's label it as a Cij, that's what we practiced before, it would be coming out like this. C11, C12, C21, C22, because we found out that our matrix needs to be 2 by 2 matrix, correct? Now my question is, how can I get my C11? As I explained above here, you have to use your first row of A and then the first column of B. You are going to multiply them together. So the first number I can show you here. So my C11 would be this. 2, 1, negative 3 times 1, 0, 1. That's what I need to do. Then how do I work on this? Which number should I work with together? 2, which is the first number of the first row, should be multiplied by first number in the, one row, one column. And then, my middle number 1 needs to multiply with my middle number in here. And then my last number, negative 3 here, should be multiplied with what? My last number, 1. So if you calculate this, you would have this. 2 times 1 plus 1 times 0 plus negative 3 times 1. 2 plus 0 plus negative 3, then my answer would be negative 1. So that you go back here, you can just replace your number as negative 1. Okay? Then you are going to find all of them. So my second, C12, would be still using my first row of A, but at this time we're going to multiply with what? My second row of B, which is negative 4, 2, 0. The process would be exactly the same what I just showed you. So the first number, 2 times negative 4 plus 1 times 2 plus negative 3 times 0, and you got a negative 8 plus 2, which is negative 6. So I can go up, erase my C12, you can fill that up as negative 6. Okay, so you repeat the C21 and C22 in the same way. So C21 right here. Now I'm using my second one. So my second row, 0, 1, 2, and you are going to use with your first column of B, 1, 0, 1. So you guys see that? Your first one always used number of rows, which is a rows. And the B, second one, you always work with columns. So now if you do the same way, 0 times 1 plus 1 times 0 plus 2 times 1, which become 2. So I need to go back here and erase my C1, C21, and you're going to fill in the 2. Okay? So my last one, C22, here, would be 0, 1, 2, and -4, 2, 0. You do the same way. First numbers, multiply them together. 0 times -4 plus 1 times 2 plus 2 times 0, which is 0 plus 2 plus 0. What is it? 2. So I can go all the way back to replace my last one. It's going to be my answer. So I can find my answer, which is product of A, B. That would be -1, -6, 2, and 2. Okay? And then, please look at our B. So my B in here, I got A equal 2, 1, -3, 0, 1, 2. And my B is 3, -4, 2, 1. Let's check this one out. What is the order of this matrix? This A is 2 by 3. B is what? 2 by 2. But do we need to check it? They have to have a same number here and here. Do they same? Not really. So can we find the product AB? Not really. So B, the number of columns of A, and the number of rows of B, they do not match, so we do not define the product AB. Alright? So I'm going to give you time to work on page 540, number 19 by yourself. Please pause this video to work on that. After you completed it, please resume the video to check your answer. Alright, number 19. So my A is 2, 0, 1, 1, 4, -3. And then my B is 1, 2, -3, 1, 0, -2. So they are asking AB, which is the product of AB first. What do I need to do first? Check the, order of matrix. So what is my order of matrix for A? 2 by 3. What about B? 3 by 2. Okay, since they have a same number of rows and same number of columns, same number of rows, I can get my answer A by B, which is A times B. That would be 2 by 2 matrix. Alright, so I can get my AB. How do I do it? First row, 2, 0, 1 times 1 minus 0. 1, -3, 0. So you're going to use this. 2, 0, 1, 3 now. This number of column. So 2 times 1, 2. Plus 0 times -3, 0. 1 times 0, which is 0. And my second one, C1, 2, is going to be this same number of rows and this column. 2 times 2, 4. 0 times 1, 0. 1 times -2, -2. Are you guys with me? Now I have to focus on my second row. So, second row right here. And I'm going to use my first one. So 1 times 1, 1. 4 times -3, minus 12. -3 times 0 would be 0. Now what? Same row, second column. 1 times 2, 2. 4 times 1, 4. -3 times -2, positive 6. Okay? It's better to use a blue color. Nope. Blue color. Blue color. Okay. So now 2, 4, 6. So I got 2, 546, which is 2, 4, 6. Now what do? Simplify after. Alright, so my AB is 2, 2, negative 11, and 12. That is my answer for AB this time. Okay, what about BA? Which means I have to check it, BA, 3 by 2, and then 2 by 3, right? So BA would be 3 by 2 and 2 by 3. 3 by 2, 2 by 3. Oh, they are the same. So what's going to be my answer coming out? That should be 3 by 3. Okay? So I can expect that I'm going to have a 3 by 3 this time. Okay. My board is getting slow. Alright, so my B is 1, 2. 1, 2, negative 3, 1, 0, negative 2. And my A, 2, 0, 1, 1, 4, negative 3. Now I have to pay attention to my first row and first column here. Okay, so my BA would be 1 times 2, which is 2 plus 2 times 1, 2. That is my first. And my second, you're going to use this. 1 times 0, 0. 2 times 4, 8. My last one, using this. 1 times 1, what is it? 1. 2 times 3, negative 6. Okay, we're going to repeat this now. I'm going to use my second row. So this time I'm going to use this, right? Negative 3 times 2, what is it? Negative 6. 1 times 1, 1. Now my second column, I got negative 3 times 0, 0. 1 times 4, 4. My last one is negative 3 times 1, negative 3. 1 times negative 3, minus 3. Alright, now I'm going to work with my last. Here. 0 times 2, 0. Negative 2 times 1, minus 2. Now my blue. 0 times 0, 0. Negative 2 times 4, minus 8. Now my last one. 0 times 1, 0. Negative 2 times negative 3, positive 6. Okay, I'm done. Now what? You are going to simplify all of that, then you can get your answer. Okay, so let me simplify. So my BA this time would be 2 plus 2, 4. 0 plus 8, 8. 1 minus 6, negative 5. Negative 5, 4, negative 6, negative 2, and negative 8, and positive 6. That is the answer. Okay, so this number 19, I was able to get product of AB and product of BA. All right, I hope this video helps you, and we're going to see in the next video. Bye.